you blaze through the GoFundMe issue. The deeper one digs there, the crazier this is.
Yep.
Right? This is a $10 million campaign. This organization, this business functions for this purpose. And this majorly successful campaign, the business itself has rejected it. Right? What kind of insanity is that? Right? That's cannibalizing their own business. But even worse than that. Right? GoFundMe was perfectly happy with the suspension of the rule of law in the CHOP in Seattle, right? They allowed that to be funded. They even heralded it, right? So the point is, this is a completely arbitrary political business seeming to function as just a conduit to deliver a service.
Oh, well, I guess I'm going to disagree strongly with the word arbitrary there. It is precisely not arbitrary. It is directional. The message is clear.
It is ideological.
It is ideological. It is not arbitrary. And there's no place to go for most of the services that we now imagine that we have as citizens of the world, really, if you don't conform to the opinion of the ideology that is running all of these platforms.
So I have a little experiment planned with respect to this, because I'm so infuriated by, seeing this business take up arms against some fraction of its users for an ideological purpose that is obviously despicable and insane, when they did not stand up for us when, the law was being suspended in the Pacific Northwest. Like, what the hell are these people standing for? So anyway, here's my little experiment. My sense is, GoFundMe realized something after they did this. The despicable move to steal that money and deliver it to charities that they felt were acceptable as they were slandering.
It's not clear to me that they were going to make the decision. But
no, I don't think they were going to make the decision. But the point is, it was going to be the list of places that they find legitimate, whereas they were declaring the convoy illegitimate, which is clearly not their right, nor anything they have expertise in. And obviously they fucked it up. Because, they're buying a false story about what this convoy is. But okay, so here's the point. Something spoke back to them very loudly. And the reversal that you and I both noticed that they went through today, where they went from, we will distribute this money to others, to, oh, actually, we're going to refund it to everybody because holy hell, we just revealed the morally bankrupt nature of our business, and suddenly our user base is in revolt against us, right? We have to go further, right?
Yes.
They have to watch their life as a business flash before their eyes, so that this does not happen again. So that every business that contemplates this remembers what happened to GoFundMe when they pulled this asinine bullshit in the middle of a global emergency. So here's my proposal. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I would like it to. I think we need to learn to wield the tools at our disposal. And one of the tools at our disposal, as much as it seems frivolous, is the trending hashtag system of Twitter. And so what I'm going to suggest is that we attempt to get our anger to register through Twitter in a way that we can see it reflected, right? And what I've done is I've put together an annoyed tweet.
An annoyed tweet?
It's an annoyed tweet. Okay. And my tweet responds to their revision of their policy, where they tell us that, no, in fact, they are going to refund the money because, go away, right? That thing. And I've said, sure, you're just simplifying the process, which is the excuse they deployed for why they were changing course. The hashtag is go truck yourself. All right. So what I want to do is I'm going to tweet this out. Those of you who are interested in participating in this experiment, which is, I hope, a lot of you can feel free to support that tweet, retweet it. But what I really want you to do is use the hashtag #GoTruckYourself with all of the words capitalized, and come up with something that you can say. Mind you, there are truck emojis if you need them. You can make a little convoy if you'd like. But anyway, I think Go Truck Yourself is a theme that GoFundMe should hear loud and clear from those of us who are paying attention. So I'm tweeting it right now.
Go Truck Yourself. There is apparently givesendgo.com, which is maybe not a Christian site that is sort of a GoFundMe with a Christian slant. Where www.givesendgo.com/freedomconvoy2022 is supposed to be accepting donations now, but every time I go there, now it's up. So, Zach, if you just show my screen briefly, half the time I go there, I get an error, and sometimes it shows that it's up. And whenever I have tried to donate, it hasn't let me. So, I think it's not. I think it doesn't have enough bandwidth. Something I don't know. Yeah, but if you donated before on the GoFundMe site, or if you didn't, but you think this is an honorable thing, I believe that this site is. If you can get through, is all right. Honorable.
So I want to be a little careful because who knows? I assume the site is on the up and up, but I know nothing about it.
Zach, can I have my screen, please? Thank you.
But one thing, if you're looking for something you could tweet with that hashtag, a link to that site would allow GoFundMe to understand that their business was going to people who are more honorable than they are, and would give people some way that is useful to address this. I would also point out, there's certain words that are absolutely necessary to describe what we're doing, and we've gotten the inverse words because so much of what we think comes through this inverse filter. Right. Mm-hmm. So I started using, and I may have picked it up from someone else, but I started using the word dissident for those of us who have been vocally disagreeing about COVID science and public policy. That word is now caught on, and I think it matters because to understand that you are joining the category of dissidents, you are not, you are not forced to accept the epithets.
Well, that tablet article that I read briefly from last week is titled "The Dissidents" as well. So it's being used.
It's definitely now the widely used term, and the dissidents themselves use it, which is good. But I would point out the whole portrayal of this convoy, as everything I have seen, has not used the term civil disobedience. Right. The whole point is
I've seen it.
You've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
a little bit.
I haven't seen it much. So I haven't seen it at all. So it isn't being used much is what I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. And I think the point is civil disobedience is inherently about violating rules. Right? That is its nature. We understand that this is sometimes necessary, and we can argue about whether it is necessary in this case. But the idea that there is because this is disruptive, that there is something wrong with that. No, it has to be disruptive because you know what else was disruptive? These mandates, which actually don't make any sense.